Hey everyone, Kane from VividChim here, and Gamescom's Opening Night Live was a 2-hour marathon that felt more like a 21-hour marathon, bombarding us with a real mixed bag of trailers and reveals. So what we're going to do here is run through every single reveal and announcement and say what we saw in an easy, much shorter format, so remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you're feeling extra lovely, and enjoy. After the pre-stream countdown, we were greeted with a blue countdown, which actually then led to yet another countdown in the form of the pre-show, hosted by a headband-wearing Kyle Bozeman. Of course, that wasn't all Kyle had to offer, as we got a look at Bandai Namco's Scarlet Nexus once more, with a brand new trailer that gave us a look at the protagonists and I quote, talent in psychokinesis, their words not mine. I'm admittedly not an audience for a JRPG or an action RPG genre game, but I was captivated by the designs used in this trailer, and I may give it a go regardless. Riding that impressive start, we then got a look at the fascinating horror game known as Quantum Error, or as I hilariously saw it get called on Twitter, the Doom 3 remake, and honestly, that's pretty damn accurate. It's a shooter that feels like Doom set on a demon-infested space base with more of a horror vibe, and it looks absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Then the night got its first questionable segment as we were introduced to the Gamer car by Ford's Team Fordzilla. Project P1 was designed in collaboration with gamers, and they revealed a model of the car as well as announcing that they are making a real-life version of it. It seemed cool, but it's a little bittersweet when you realise that this was announced under a month before 1,700 Ford workers are scheduled to be made redundant here in the UK, but hey, gamer car, I guess. Following this was the first of many segments that I am going to call from now on Gamer Empowerment. It's just a series of questions that influencers answer on screen about video games. The first one was, if I wasn't a gamer, what would you be? Answer in the comments down below. I'd probably be writing still, just on a different topic like movies or TV shows or just tech in general. After being empowered, we got an interview with Mr. Jeff Keighley a mere 4 minutes before seeing Mr. Jeff Keighley for 2 hours, so it was just a waste of time. And then we got Cars Part 2 in the form of Dirt 5, which had a really nice segment that showed off the new Playgrounds feature, an online custom track mode that lets you build and download levels for the Dirt community. I've never really been a fan of Dirt, being more of a Need for Speed guy myself, but this seemed like a really cool feature that I think will do a lot of good for the game's longevity. Oh, also it showcased a vampire car? No idea, but it had pink lights, and I'm assuming you chase around other cars. It looked kinda cool, I guess. After being handed over to Jeff, we were thrown into the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War segment, a game with the tagline, Know Your History, while also erasing the history of Tiananmen Square out of its trailers, because Activision Blizzard are nothing if not big fans of Chinese money. It also had a cutscene where then President Reagan sends you to commit war crimes to help the free world, and funnily enough, the people who usually harp on about politics and video games have been pretty silent overall since then. Unknown 9 Awakening was up next with what I'm assuming is a CG cutscene about a little girl who has the ability to see into the future, being attacked by some other kids. Why can she see into the future? I don't know. Why is she being attacked? No idea. It probably has something to do with what she hid behind that brick. I'm intrigued to learn more. Do you know what's better than Doom? Correct. The answer was more Doom. The Ancient Gods Part 1 is a campaign expansion for Doom Eternal, and it looks in typical Doom fashion, over the top in the best possible way. Then we had a segment based on the new Dragon Age, which showed us nothing really aside from some admittedly cool concept art and some super early work in progress footage. While it was good to know that the game is still being worked on hard, too hard if the way BioWare treat their employees is to be believed, I feel like this was an unnecessary waste when the show was already so long and games with actual footage and gameplay were bumped to the pre-show. It just seemed a bit of a waste of time in my opinion. Then we had the announcement of a Back to the Future game, is what I would have said if that was what actually happened, instead of Bossa Studios hiring Christopher Lloyd to play the doc for nothing more than a cheap plug for Surgeon Simulator 2 and a forced Rick and Morty joke. I actually had my hopes up for a brief moment that I was going to get a Back to the Future video game, and it was swiftly ripped away in a pointless segment for a completely unrelated game. There wasn't even any DLC. What was the point of this? Bridge Constructor The Walking Dead is a game that exists. Moving on. Sam and Max are back in VR, and I feel like most of the people watching this wouldn't know who or what that is, but I recommend looking them up. The games are pretty cool, and I think they're a perfect fit for virtual reality. Then we had some Gamescom awards, which went to games which aren't even out yet, so what's even the point of them? And now we have arrived at the turn of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. You see, when I said at the start of this show that it felt like it was 21 hours long, I meant it, and it began right here with the World of Warcraft segment of the show. This was a two-part segment segment, and the first part was so painfully boring that I nearly went to bed for the evening. World of Warcraft Bastion is an animated series that has an incredible art style, but a pace so slow that it makes my first Intel laptop look like one of Google's servers. Also, the new expansion is coming October 27th. This segment was really dull for someone who doesn't like World of Warcraft. Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormground, or as I like to call it, The Elder Scrolls 40k Oblivion. I know it's not actually 40k, but 40k is better than Warhammer Fantasy, don't at me. It had a CGI trailer, and it was followed by some Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time shenanigans via a live-action video and an in-depth interview/discussion about their flashback puzzle rooms while having some gameplay in the background. It was nice. The co-op third-person shooter Outriders, or Borderlands as I like to call it, was up next, and it interested me having never seen it before. I like the designs shown off, and I hope it's good. Not much else to say though. Hyperscape got a quick advert followed by the anime football game Captain Tsubasa, which is out today. Necromunda Underhive Wars got a Cockney narrated trailer before empowerment time. What do you think the future of gaming is? Answer in the comments down below. I personally think it's an MCU style universe in video games to really milk our wallets dry. Next we had the really cool Teardown, which promises a fully destructible world. I really enjoyed the idea of it, and centering it around a heist sounds really fun. I just wish it had been a slightly different art style, as I'm personally a bit down on the voxel look right now, having been burnt by too many shovelware games on Steam Early Access. Little Nightmares 2 got a really cool trailer that shows off all of the creepy vibes it hopes to bring come its release February 11th, 2021, and it honestly looks fantastic. Less fantastic was the next game, WWE 2K Battlegrounds. Now, the WWE 2K series is terrible anyway, but 2K Battlegrounds, and especially this trailer for it, seems like the perfect thing for a woefully out-of-touch company. I'll let you decide whether I'm talking about 2K or WWE there. Now we have the Star Wars segment of the show, Star Wars Squadrons. I'm not fully convinced by it, but it does look kind of fun, and the idea of playing it in VR is mighty tempting for me. The Sims Star Wars expansion? No comment, because I hate The Sims and how it does things. And Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, well, that actually came later in the night, but it makes sense to get it out of the way here, so it's probably gonna be great like most LEGO games are. 12 Minutes looks really cool and interesting, and the cast of James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley and William Dafoe is bloody incredible, and I can't wait to play it still. Godfall continues its run of being totally pointless by showing what felt like a 30-second gameplay clip. Warframe got a new expansion trailer which seemed pretty cool if you played Warframe, and empowerment time again! This time our question was, why is gaming more important for all of us right now? Answer in the comment section down below. I think that games provide a great distraction, a sense of escapism when the world in 2020 is seemingly getting worse and worse. Override 2 looks like it could be a fun arena multiplayer experience, but this trailer did not do a good job of showing that off at all, and instead made it look like Overwatch, but this time they're all robots and not just half of them. Mafia Definitive Edition looks pretty cool, and I'm going to pick it up. I've been super into crime and intrigue stories lately. I'm not entirely sure why, but I've been loving that stuff. Lemnis Gate, a turn-based multiplayer strategy FPS, Jeff's word not mine, was up next, and it actually looked pretty damn cool. I don't know much about it, but I liked the idea it presented in its trailer, and I want to hear more about it in the near future. Next we had a game with the most appropriate name ever for 2020 in Struggling, a weird twisted platformer where you played as a pile of flesh, seemingly. It's single player and co-op, and seems like an insane time that I'll probably be picking up as it's out now. Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition looks like an Age of Empires game, so if you like Age of Empires games, you'll probably like this Age of Empires game. It's coming to Game Pass PC on October 15th, which you should probably get if you're a PC gamer. The Dark Pictures anthology Little Hope got a spooky looking trailer and is coming October 30th, 2020. It seems like another really cool game from the Until Dawn devs, and I'll hopefully be playing it come Halloween. Project Cars 3 was announced, and I honestly completely forgot that this happened until rewatching it over a coffee whilst writing the script. Yeah, no, it was a completely missable and quick trailer, but anyway, that's less important now because it's empowerment time. What game have you been binge playing? Answer in the comments down below. It's mostly been Fall Guys for me. I really want to get another crown. I have like 4 right now, I think 3 wins and 1 of the season pass crowns. I need more crowns is what I'm trying to say. Help me win games. Then we had some 4K ray traced gameplay from Chorus, a game in space where you fly around as a spaceship and do space things. I'm gonna be quite frank with you, that's all I could get from this trailer. It didn't seem like it explained much at all. Fall Guys Season 2 is going all medieval with some new castle inspired tracks, including all new hoops and egg scramble levels for my team to suck at, as if the current ones weren't bad enough. The new outfits are also medieval fantasy inspired, including a dragon Dragon, Knight, Viking, and Wizard, all of which look amazing. I can't wait for this to come out. I've been loving this game so far, and I know I'm going to get stuck in on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/VividChim. Wasteland 3 got a new trailer and it still looks really cool. I do need to sit down and play those games at some point, being a massive fan of Fallout. Maybe I should do a How Bad Can It Be series of them in the future. That could be really fun. Speaking of fun, it's empowerment time. Is this old yet? It felt like it was pretty old by this point in the stream. This question is, my appreciation for gaming is... ? Answer in the comments below. My appreciation is sitting through this crap to make these videos so you don't have to suffer like I did, hopefully. Medal of Honor is apparently not dead and is being brought back to life with some VR stuff added. You know, just once, I would love to see a gaming franchise be revived without the phrase back to its roots. I want to see a marketing team try to come up with something other than that phrase. This took forever, by the way, but it looked pretty interesting, and I might be tempted to give it a go. Spellbreak got a new look, and it does look like a fun experience. It's launching on September 3rd, and it is free to play, so I'll be checking it out at playspellbreak.com. The classic Amiga series Turrican got an anthology collection announced for the PS4 and Nintendo Switch, and after that we got a look into Destiny 2 Beyond Light, and I've got to say, this is the first time that I've ever been remotely interested in playing Destiny. I've never once cared about the games until this point. I might have to pick it up and start exploring that world that I've admittedly completely missed out on. I've been told good things about too. The last segment of the night was Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart's new gameplay demo. Or well, new in quotation marks, as calling it that isn't quite the truth now, is it? This was the same gameplay demo that we got back when it was revealed at the PS5 event, just without the cuts here and there. It was cool to see this game flex in the PS5's SSD, but it was a little disappointing that with the PS5 so close, that we only got a look at this game and not its other exclusives in Spider-Man and even Bugsnax, and that honestly sums up this show better than anything. For a showcase of upcoming games so soon to the next generation of systems, we got absolutely nothing outside of this, really. Nothing to make the next-gen systems look like they are worth purchasing at their launch, and with the days ticking down until that comes, I'm getting less hopeful for either of the boxes to be a worthy investment in 2020. It's not looking good right now. Anyway, that was everything that happened at Opening Night Live of Gamescom 2020. I have no idea how long this video was. It felt like it was a long one, but this show was a long one, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Let me know your thoughts down below, subscribe for all future VividChim videos, and I'll see you all soon.